All right, guys, we're going to talk about the situation with Netflix and in particular Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2 dropping almost 60% from Season 1 to Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not an uncommon occurrence. Apparently, Netflix is freaking out. People are not coming back for the second season of a lot of their shows. Could be that the first season wasn't that great. Could be that the changes made in the second season of these shows turns a lot of people off, or it could just be that people forgot the shows existed because it takes them a long time between seasons.
I think that it's more of the second one, in my opinion, but you know.
Yeah, the only show they had where people were really looking forward to, well, I would say they have two. Stranger Things until they dropped the ball with it, and I'd say One Piece. One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece was really good, and the second season did well as well. Yeah.
It didn't look terrible. But I guess Season 2 is pretty terrible. A lot of people were saying Season 2 is not good.
Kids were telling me about some of the stuff that was going on, and I was like, are you kidding? Yeah, I'm not hearing good things.
So let's talk about all of this, and then we're going to talk about how Netflix is getting very desperate now, and they're trying to look. It's a multi-cajillion dollar company, but they're trying to get people to stay on the platform longer. So now they're talking. They're going to do like Disney and have 24/7 cable channels basically running their stuff. I guess if they do a Netflix anime channel, that'd be pretty cool. Throw it on the pile. I already watch Retro Crush and Crunchyroll and all the other ones, so why not? Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get woohoo if you do.
Woo.
If you'd like more Clownfish TV, more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV episodes and podcasts you will not find anywhere else. And also, if you want to listen to us, go out to iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts, we are there. We don't have our own 24/7 channel. We have a 24/7 gaming channel.
We could do it though. Yeah, you do.
We could do it. Just the Clownfish TV, Clownfish TV.
There you go.
It's Clownfish TV.
TV squared.
TV squared. Anyway, yeah, so what's going on here? Viewership is down, I guess, in the second season of like everything on Netflix. They said their biggest shows keep losing millions of viewers after season 1. I guess Bloomberg broke it. They said Netflix executives are studying as if it were a genuine mystery why so many of the platform's biggest hits lose more than half their audience by the second season. Once you lay out how Netflix shows actually get made, the drop-off stops looking mysterious and starts looking inevitable. The show gets funded for one season only, and if it lands well and builds buzz, Netflix waits for roughly a month of viewership data before deciding whether to renew it. And sometimes they don't even wait that long. Like they canceled Cowboy Bebop before it was done, or it was like a week after it. Yeah, they're like, this is a huge
just
waste.
A couple days in because the backlash was severe. But the thing is, they're trying to argue that it takes too long between seasons. And yes, I think that to a point. But I know lots of seasons on there, like you said, One Piece and like Stranger Things and different ones had a long wait in between. They still did fine by the time the second season came. So it can't just be the long wait. I think that's part of it. I mean, we see that oftentimes with shows or anime or different things. You might have like years in between, and the second season does well. It's because I think that they're giving you shitty things, and then by the second season, either people hated the first one or the second season's word of mouth is so bad.
I just keep thinking Stranger Things. That was season 5. It was shitty things.
Yeah, it was not good. They really dropped the ball on that. It started out so strong too.
Yeah, and even season 4, I didn't think it was terrible, and people were all excited, and then 5 was like the worst. So people, especially since they waited, what was it, like 3 years or something like that? They're like, we waited so long. We waited through the pandemic for the finale of Stranger Things, and this is what we got, and it was shit.
It was because they left on the cliffhanger with Will having powers, and then we went from that to they just dropped the ball. Like, clearly, they stopped caring the second half, and it was obvious. And they had such a strong start, but that's kind of a reflection of like what these seasons are. Either they start out strong, by the second season they're absolutely terrible, or the first season was and then no one cares because they don't come back for the second one.
Well, Apple's doing the same thing because Severance, they had momentum with Severance, and that was like their biggest show, and now we're going on what, like a year, and it's probably gonna be another year or two until we get another season. One Piece even had a 30% drop, but that's small compared to other shows. Avatar 60%, 4 seasons 63%, A Man on the Inside 66%, and nobody wants this, but apparently they did because it was only a 16% drop.
But I'm like thinking about the fact that back in the day too, you'd have months or a year in between shows and people would come back, but then you've trained people to binge or to sit there and, you know, expect back to back to back. And you can't do that, especially things like anime and stuff. This does not work that way.
So this is coming from The Verge, and they're saying, and we'll talk about the grievances people have with Avatar season 2. I have not watched it. I have zero interest in watching it.
I've heard from the kids some of the things. I didn't watch it either.
I've heard of some of the very questionable decisions.
I know well, that's stupid.
I know the audience scores aren't good, and you're never, in this case, you're never going to come close to the original. But they're bringing up the creator drama because the creative duo left before the show even premiered because they said, yeah, what they want to do sounds like shit, and we don't want to be part of it. That's the whole thing. But they're saying on The Verge, they said cancellations and long breaks between seasons make it all too easy to jump ship to the free alternatives in your pocket. And this is kind of what I think is going on. Like I personally do not watch much Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever. Hulu, we started watching Only Murders in the Building, which I think is very good. But it took me 5 years to get around to watching it. And I usually just watch Roku or Tubi.
I usually just watch. I watched some of the streamers for K-drama, and usually like Vicky and stuff like that. And if it's not that, just A&E or whatever for Skinwalker Ranch and things like that. I don't really watch a lot of TV either. But I was thinking this reminds me basically what they headlined it as with web comics, because it used to be if you took too long, you'd lose your audience because they're used to free, so let's go to the next free thing or something that's ready, and they would just jump ship from you to somebody else like no problem. Oh, you can't give it to me as fast as I'd like it. Well, I'm just going to leave you and go there then, and that's what it reminds me of.
Even with YouTube, like you have people that take a long hiatus, creators that take a long hiatus, and then they come back and things are very different because there's been a lot of other people putting out content when they stopped. So it's like, hey, I want to make a big comeback. It's like, well, you've been gone for 6 whole months. And in YouTube years, that's like 65 years.
Well, the thing is, too, like they used to let you know if you're a subscriber. So you can
go, they don't do
now
that
they don't do that anymore. But, you know, the problem with Netflix, too, is there's so many things you can do. And they always recommend, if you like this, you'll like that. So they'll just be like, okay, we'll just start recommending other things to you in the meantime. And then they'll start trying to promote it to get you back. But some people don't come back. And it just depends, again, like on how bad the show is.
And a lot of the problem I have with Netflix now is it's almost all Netflix original content that's being promoted. Like I love Netflix because it was a one-stop shop for every show, pretty much. Like every show, every movie, whatever you could think you wanted to watch, chances are very good it was on Netflix. And then once everybody decided to start their own streaming service, they started taking all the content off. So you can't watch Friends and The Office and all this stuff. If you want to watch that stuff now, you can go out to Roku and they've got like dedicated channels. You know, they've got a whole like Dick Van Dyke Show channel. You know, it's like pretty much anything. Golden Girls channel, like whatever you want to watch, they got it out there. But they said some of Netflix's problems are rooted in internal practices, like the way it tends to cancel shows right as they become more expensive to produce. Yes. It also doesn't help that on the whole, the wait between seasons of a series has been getting longer. Yeah, and the series is like 6 episodes.
Yeah, it wasn't like a lot of times you don't even get a full series order. You get like 6 episodes.
No. Netflix has also had to deal with the reality that competitors like TikTok and YouTube are capturing people's attention in ways that simply did not. It only took a few years for adults in the U.S. to begin spending as much time on TikTok as they do watching things on Netflix. Do adults spend a lot of time on TikTok? I think it's
probably
young adults,
some
maybe.
Do, but yeah.
But yeah, I think it comes down to money and time. People are canceling a lot of streaming services now because they don't have the money for it. They don't have time to watch a lot of stuff. And a lot of it is wasted time because a lot of it's not that good. A lot of the streaming stuff is slop. It's not great. There is some good stuff out there, but you really have to dig for it. And people are like, I'm too busy. I'm too broke. I got better things to do. Hey, I know I like MASH. I know I like Friends. I'll just put that on the background. Cheers. I'll put that on the background. Variety, Avatar The Last Airbender, season 2 debuts with 8.7 million viewers in 4 days, or 8.7 million views, sorry, in 4 days, down 59%. 59% from season 1.
Yeah, well, I believe it because season 1 wasn't great.
No.
And from what I'm hearing about season 2, it's not great either. It's worse.
No. So let's talk about that because I want to be clear, I have not watched this. You have not watched this. The kids
Not the second season. I've seen the first season.
Yeah, it was first season was, from what I saw of it, I saw you guys were watching it in the background. I'm like, it's okay. It's not, because the original rumor was they were going to Dragon Ball it and be like, oh, it's in high school.
Yeah, that was, they either had a lot of backlash and changed their mind, or that was all fake to begin with.
So yeah, the reviews are not good. Let's see here, 61% from viewers, 65% from critics. Let's go to Collider here. Here's a list. Okay, here are some of the biggest changes. Trauma dumping. They said, since each episode of Netflix show is over an hour long compared to 22 minutes of the original, the writers need to find ways to fill up that time. One choice they went with this season was having the characters repeatedly talk about their trauma and negative emotions.
So it's another case of we're talking and not showing that they keep doing at Netflix.
Yeah, is it in a coffee shop, a tea shop? They just have tea and talk about the fate of Zuko's mother. One of the defining moments of Zuko's life is the loss of his mother.
Yeah.
Descendant of Avatar, Roku, Ursa did everything she could to protect her children from being corrupted by their father, Ozai. In the live-action show, Ursa tries to flee from him when he stages a coup to claim the crown and is last seen getting pulled out of her carriage by Fire Nation guards. Yeah, she was banished in the original. Zuko alone this is widely regarded as one of the best episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Having separated from Iroh, Zuko arrives at an Earth Kingdom village and protects it from the Fire Nation raiders while concealing his identity. It ends in tragedy as Zuko is forced to use firebending to save the day, but the villagers turn on him. The biggest problem with the live-action adaptation of the classic story is there's a Frankenstein storyline that combines elements from two other episodes. Well, that was the entire movie. They mashed a whole bunch of stuff together. The Cave of Two Lovers and The Chase. Did people, okay, so I'm just going to stop right there. Did people actually expect the show with a very short episode count to do everything one-to-one with the animated? Because that definitely was not going to happen.
It's just not even that. It's just like when they make choices to change it, they're not good choices.
No. Warp screen time for minor characters. Let's see what else we have here. The Painted Lady. See, Toph. This is one I've heard is Toph is really bad.
I've heard a lot about Toph, yeah.
Yeah, they said Toph is one of the most beloved characters in all of Avatar. Yes. The blind daughter
of favorites, yes.
Yeah, she's great. But apparently they ruined her. The blind daughter of an influential noble family, Toph rebels against her controlling parents by learning how to earthbend. This is definitely AI written. This is just very like, let's over-explain everything. Anyway, they said Netflix's version of Toph is a pale imitation of the character. Her jokes feel more like rude quips rather than banter between friends, and a lot more emphasis is put on her relationship with her mother. The show also rushes through the events to get Toph to join the group as quickly as possible. Doesn't she like write with her feet or something too? That's what the kids were saying. I was like,
it didn't make sense. Yeah, they were telling me some stuff and it just didn't make any sense.
Too much group conflict, alterations to the timeline. Well, that was going to happen. The guru. He's not even in the show. Look, it wasn't going to be one-to-one, obviously, with the source material, but people are like, yeah, it's not good. What they're not mentioning, though, is Azula. I guess people are like, why is she so not athletic?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that
so
keeps coming up.
She's a chubby woman? I just think she has a round face. I don't think that she's...
She doesn't look like the psycho bitch from the cartoon, though.
Yeah, I think she doesn't look psycho enough. I think the roundness was a bad choice for the fact that it makes you look more gentle. Usually, that's why they go with sharper edges when they're trying to show villains.
Yeah, they said she doesn't look like the cartoon character. They think she's too young. She looks like a kid sister. She does not give psychotic badass.
No,
vibes.
She does give kid sister more than psychotic badass. Yes.
But they keep bringing up now that, the creators noped out right before the show, and they're like, yeah, we're going to go make actual Avatar, which apparently got leaked, but it's coming up again now because people are so pissed off about everything. And so they're like, hey, if those guys had been involved, would it have been better? And I'm like, I don't know. Netflix is getting Netflix.
That's it. And then you only can do what you can do within the parameters they give you.
Yeah, so it's amazing it got a season 2. Let's put it that way.
It took a while. It took a while for that one too, and that's just it. It used to take a while between seasons for a lot of shows, but we're so spoiled now that we don't want to wait. And then they make such piss poor choices.
Yeah, so I think that has a lot to do with it. It takes too long. The shows are not that great, and people are just cutting the cord again because they're like, it's too expensive. Why am I paying for this? why am I paying to get invested in a show I'm not going to see another season of for 3 years? You know, what's the point? So
yeah, he's gonna have full on beard by the next season.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I guess they had to do a time skip or something to explain why he's so much older in this one. I mean, they did that with Stranger Things too. It was kind of like, oh yeah, we got a little bit of a time jump here. All right, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
There we go. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.